Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss remaining questions of the miscellaneous exercise. Till question number 12 we completed in previous class. So question number 12 onwards we'll find few questions based on the chain rule. So I will explain you the chain rule briefly. Most of the question related to chain rule in class 11th NCERT are based on one particular form. So I will explain that form first before solving other questions. So just see, if power n is given on anything, power n, like you can have the questions like this: ax plus b raised to power n. So how to differentiate it? There are two steps. First one, whenever power n is given, whether it is ax plus b raised to power n, whether it is sine x raised to power n, sine x whole n, whether it is sine 7x, whether it is cos raised to power 8x or anything, it is considered as ax plus b raised to power n form or x raised to power n form. So in this first we will differentiate it as a x raised to power n. Suppose it is given to differentiate this. So we'll differentiate it as x raised to power n. Listen to me carefully, note it down. So when we will differentiate this as x raised to power n, what will you get? N into whatever is this. Keep it as it is, and raised to power n minus 1, that will be derivative, because we know that derivative of x raised to power n or differences of differentiation of x raised to power n is n into x raised to power n minus 1. Now you see, in this, in place of x, what is given? This whole term is given. I am applying the formula of x raised to power n, but in place of x, what is given? Ax plus b. So following that, you have to also differentiate ax plus b. So what will be differentiation of ax plus b? First we will differentiate ax, a as it is, derivative of x, derivative means differentiation of x is 1. So the derivative or differentiation of this term will be a only, and differentiation of this term will be 0. So overall differentiation of this ax plus b is a. So your overall formula will be ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. You can directly use it as a formula also. The differentiation of ax plus b raised to power n will be ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. You learn it. There are 3-4 questions in class 11th NCERT which we have to solve using this method. So the differentiation of ax plus b raised to power n, first we will differentiate as by taking ax plus b in your mind as x. So x raised to power n, you differentiate it like x raised to power n. So that will be n into whatever is this raised to power n minus 1. Now the x we have taken, actually ax plus b we have taken as x. So following that, you have to also differentiate ax plus b. Now see, one more question I will explain. It is like derivative of sine x raised to power n is given. Sine x raised to power n, d over dx of sine raised to power nx. We'll consider it as d over dx of sine x raised to power n. So again, I will do the same thing. I will first differentiate this as x raised to power n, as I did in the previous question. So when we will differentiate this as x raised to power n, what will be derivative? N into whatever is this raised to power n minus 1. Clear? Because derivative of x raised to power n is n into x raised to power n minus 1. But x is not x. In this question, it is sine x. So you also differentiate sine x. We know that derivative of sine x will be cos x. So its answer will be n cos x sine x raised to power n minus 1. That's all. So we'll use these, learn these two tricks. In detail, you will study chain rule in class 12th, where we will do all the type of question by substitution method. In 11th, only these two applications are there. So that I will show in the coming questions. Then how to apply these two properties. There are derivatives of ax plus b raised to power n form, and there are derivative of sin raised to power nx. Two type of questions are there. So just see. Like this question is given, differentiation of ax plus b raised to power n into cx plus d raised to power n. Now how to differentiate it? Actually we'll use the chain rule. The first function as it is, differentiation of second function. Now the second function as it is, differentiation of first function. So I will explain you how to solve it. So this function as it is, derivative of cx plus d raised to power n. What will be that? Cx plus d raised to power m, I just explained. First I will differentiate it as cx plus d raised to power m. So as I just explained, it will be equal to m into c into cx plus d raised to power m minus 1. That will be the differentiation of this. Cx, how? Because we'll take it as cx plus d raised to power m, means first we'll differentiate it as x raised to power n. So what will be that? M into cx plus d raised to power m minus 1. Then we will differentiate cx plus d, so its derivative will be c. You can learn it as a formula. I am again repeating it. You learn this as a formula. Suppose it is given ax plus b raised to power n is given. In this ax plus b raised to power n is also there. Ax plus b raised to power n is given. If you want to differentiate it, its derivative will be you take this n into this a into ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. That's all. So using the same formula, we'll differentiate this. You learn this as a formula. So now you have to differentiate ax plus b raised to power n into cx plus d raised to power m. So what we'll do? Note down this formula. I will use this as a formula in this question. So I will differentiate this part. So this ax plus b raised to power n is as it is. Differentiate cx plus d raised to power m. That will be m power into coefficient of x, that is c, into cx plus d raised to power m minus 1. This is the derivative of this. So we'll multiply this with this. You will get the first term plus this cx plus d raised to power m as it is. In this your ax plus b raised to power n is as it is in first part. Alright, into differentiation of cx plus d is this. Now in second part, this cx plus d raised to power m as it is. You have to differentiate ax plus b raised to power n. So that I have explained, it is n into a, the power and the coefficient of x into ax plus b raised to power n minus 1. That is the answer. That's all. This is the solution of this question. You will apply the product rule. In product rule, you have to apply the chain rule. In chain rule, you have to differentiate ax plus b raised to power n and cx plus d raised to power m. Both we will differentiate using the formula which I just explained. Come to the next question. Sin of x, fx equal to sin of x plus a. So fx equal to sin of x plus a. So d over dx of sin of x plus a. As it is given sin of x plus a, so first we will differentiate it as a sin x, so it will come cos of x plus a. Or sin of x plus a, you can differentiate, you apply the formula of sin a plus b. So what will be that? It is sin x cos a plus cos x sin a, you know. We'll differentiate this first, sin x cos a. Okay, so the cos a is a constant, you keep it as it is. And we'll differentiate sin x, because this is a constant, we'll keep it out and you have to differentiate sin x. So I will write cos a into sin x dash. D over dx of sin x is sin x dash. In next, this sin a is constant, you keep it as it is. And differentiate cos x. So it is cos x dash. This cos a as it is. Differentiation of sin x will be, you know, it is equal to cos x. Sin a as it is. Differentiation of cos x will be minus sin x. So it is minus sin x. So now you have cos x, cos a minus sin x, sin a. That can be written as cos of x plus a. That is the answer. Cos of x plus a, cos x, cos a minus sin x, sin a. So we can differentiate sin of x plus a as sin x cos a plus cos x sin a. In that sin x cos a plus cos x sin a, we can write sin x plus a as this cos a, we will take it as a constant and we will differentiate this, plus in this sin a is constant, we will differentiate cos x. So in this way we can do this question. Come to the next, cosec x into cot x. So you apply the product rule. Cosec x as it is, differentiation of cot x plus cot x as it is, differentiation of cosec x. That you know. Now, differentiation of cot x, what is differentiation of cot x? So it is cosec x as it is, differentiation of cot x is minus cosec x cot x. Minus cosec x cot x. So it will become cos x as it is into minus cosec x cot x. It is over plus cot x as it is. Oh, sorry. Differentiation of cot x is minus cosec square x. Sorry. Cosec x and differentiation of cot x is minus cosec square x. So it will become minus cosec cube x plus cot x as it is. And differentiation of cosec x is minus cosec x cot x. So it will become minus cosec x into cot square x. Why cot square x? Because derivative of cosec x is minus cosec x cot x. So this is the answer of this question. Come to the next question. Differentiation of cos x upon 1 plus sin x. We will use the quotient rule. So in quotient rule, your denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator. So 1 plus sin x as it is, differentiation of cos x, we know it is minus sin x. Cos x as it is, differentiation of 1 is 0. First you will differentiate 1 plus differentiation of cos x is, sin x is cos x. So differentiation of 1 plus cos x is 1 plus sin x is cos x only. So I have replaced this by cos x. Now you just simplify it to get the final answer. You multiply these terms. You multiply this, and if you get sin square x plus cos square x, in this case, we can take negative sign common. So sin square x plus cos square x is actually 1. We can write it as 1. So in numerator, you can take negative sign as common. It will be 1 plus sin x. In a denominator, it is 1 plus sin x whole square. So 1 plus sin x is cancelled out by 1 plus sin x. So the calculation part is not that much important. In this question, again, we'll use the quotient rule. Sin x plus cos x upon sin x minus cos x. So your denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator divided by denominator whole square. You have to differentiate sin x plus cos x. So differentiation of sin x is cos x and cos x is minus sin x. That's all. You have to differentiate sin x minus cos x. So differentiation of sin x is cos x and minus cos x would be sin x, because differentiation of cos x will be minus sin x. Now you open the brackets. In this you get it is sin x minus cos x whole square minus sin x plus cos x whole square. You just open it. It is sin square x plus cos square x minus 2 sin x cos x. Over here I have taken negative sign common from this to make it as sin x minus cos x whole square. Open overall brackets. So this is sin square x plus cos square x is 1. This is also equal to 1. This 2 sin x cos x is cancelled out with by this 2 sin x cos x. So overall we get it is equal to 2 upon sin x minus cos x whole square. Negative sign is already there. Question number sec x minus 1 upon sec x plus 1. So sec you can write it is equal to 1 upon cos x minus 1 upon cos x plus 1. 1 upon cos x, in numerator you can take cos x as LCM. In denominator you can take cos x as LCM. So it is 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x. LCM of numerator is cancelled out by LCM of denominator. Now the same quotient rule, denominator is as it is, differentiation of numerator minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator divided by denominator whole square. Differentiation of 1 minus cos x, first differentiation of 1 is 0 and minus cos x will be plus sin x. Minus cos x is plus sin x. Differentiation of 1 plus cos x, differentiation of 1 is 0 and cos x is minus sin x. Now you just simplify it, you open the brackets and whatever you get you can leave it here itself. Alright, if further you want to solve, I have solved it. So you can check from the PDF of this, you can still the video and you can note it down. Otherwise, you can also write this as the answer, because in examination the answer will not be given. Derivative of sin raised to power nx, that just I explained. Again I am explaining sin whole, I will write it as sin whole n, sin x raised to power whole n, power n. First we will differentiate it as something raised to power n, so its derivative will be n into sin x raised to power n minus 1. In place of x, actually in the sin x is given, so I have to also differentiate sin x. This is called the chain rule. The differentiation of sin x will be cos x, so its answer will be n into sin x raised to power n minus 1 into cos x. That's all. You can do it like this. Whenever power on any function is given, we will differentiate this as x raised to power n first. Then we will differentiate whatever is given in place of x. So if I consider it as x raised to power n, so what is given in place of x? Sin x is given. So in following step, you have to also differentiate sin x. Come to this question, a plus b sin x upon c plus d sin x. So you have to apply the quotient rule. It is px upon qx form. So denominator is as it is, differentiation of numerator, plus numerator is as it is, differentiation of denominator, divided by denominator whole square. Now differentiation of a plus b sin x, differentiation of first we differentiate a, that is 0, b as it is, and differentiation of sin x will be cos x. So it will be b cos x only. A plus b sin x means differentiation of a is 0. When we will differentiate b sin x, we will keep b outside. It will be b into differentiation of sin x, that will be b cos x. Similarly, differentiation of this c is 0. D cos x will differentiate, dv will keep outside, and differentiation of cos x will be minus sin x. So it is minus d sin x. Now you further simplify it to get the desired answer. Question number 21st. Question number 20. Sin x plus a upon cos x. So that I am explaining here. Sin x plus a upon cos x. You have to differentiate it. So before differentiating, I will write sin x cos a, open the numerator using formula sin a plus b, cos x sin a divided by cos x. So divide this term by cos x separately and this term by cos x separately. So first term will come cos a as it is. This sin x divided by this cos x means tan x. In second term, cos x is cancelled out by cos x, you will get only sin a. This cos x will be cancelled out by this cos x. So I have reduced this question as cos a tan x plus sin a. Cos a tan x plus sin a, it is reduced like this. So I hope it is clear. Cos a tan x plus sin a. So I will differentiate it, cos a tan x plus sin a. It is cos a. So we'll write d over dx of cos a tan x plus sin a. So when we will differentiate this cos a as it is a constant. Keep in mind. Don't consider this as a variable because this is cos a. Derivative of tan x. So it is tan x dx plus derivative of sin a dash. So cos a as it is Derivative of tan x is sec square x, and this is a constant, so its derivative is 0. So cos a sec square x is your answer final. In this question, keep in mind cos a or sin a is a constant. You will consider it as a variable only, you will differentiate it only if x is there. If it is cos alpha, cos beta, or cos something is there, we will consider this as a constant. So cos a into sec square x is the answer of this question. Come to the next. 22nd, it is x4 into 5 sin x minus 3 cos x. We'll use product rule. X4 as it is, derivative of this. Then 5 sin x minus 3 cos x as it is, derivative of x4. So in first, 5 sin x minus 3 cos x, it is done explicitly. 5 as it is, we can take it out, differentiation of sin x. Minus 3, we can take it out and differentiation of cos x. Similarly, differentiation of x4. Now differentiation of sin x is cos x, differentiation of cos x is minus sin x, and differentiation of this x4 we have taken 4x cube. Just open the bracket, you will get the answer. Next question number 23, x square plus 1 into cos x. So it is the product rule, x square plus 1 as it is, differentiation of cos x is, and then cos x as it is, differentiation of x square plus 1, it is minus sin x, and x square plus 1, we will differentiate x square, that will be 2x. Then we will differentiate 1, that is 0, so its derivative will be 2x only. Question number 24, again we will use the product rule. First function as it is, differentiation of second function. Now the second function as it is, differentiation of first function. Now you have to differentiate p plus q cos x. So differentiation of p is 0, q will take outside, and differentiation of cos x will be minus sin x. So it will be minus q sin x. Similarly, ax square plus sin x. So in ax square, a keep outside, differentiation of x square will be 2x. So it is 2ax. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. Clear? When we differentiate ax square, what we will do? We'll keep a outside, d over dx of x square, and that will be 2ax. So you will get 2ax. Now further simplified to get the answer. Question number 25th, x plus cos x into x minus 10x. So x plus cos x as it is, differentiation of x minus 10x, product rule we are using, x minus 10x as it is, differentiation of x plus cos x. Now differentiation of this x minus 10x. We know that differentiation of x is 1 and 10x is sec square x. So just we are applying formula. Similarly, differentiation of x plus cos x, it is nothing. Differentiation of x is 1 and cos x is minus sin x. That's all. Question number 26. This is based on the quotient rule. One function is given in numerator, one function is given in denominator. So in quotient rule, what to do? F dash x will be equal to f dash x is equal to denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator, this is numerator, minus sign in between. Now numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator divided by denominator whole square. So we differentiate 4x plus 5 sin x. How to differentiate? Keep 4 outside, differentiation of x. 5 sin x, keep 5 outside, differentiation of sin x. Similarly, 3x plus 7 cos x, 3 as it is, differentiation of x plus 7 as it is, differentiation of cos x. It is 4 only because differentiation of x is 1, and it is 5 cos x because differentiation of sin x is cos x. It is 3 only because differentiation of x is 1, and minus sin 7x divided by 3x plus 7 cos x whole square. You can further open the brackets and simplify to get the desired answer. Otherwise, you can leave it as it is also. Now come to the question number 27. You see it is also appearing like a quotient rule question. In this you see this cos pi by 4 is a constant, 1 by root 2. Cos pi by 4 is a constant. Don't consider this as a function and you start writing its differentiation as minus sin pi by 4. No. Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. In place of 1 by root 2, cos pi by 4 is given. So while differentiating it, we'll use the quotient rule but keep this cos pi by 4 as it is. And we have to differentiate x square upon sin x. Keep cos pi by 4 as it is, differentiation of x square upon sin x, we will differentiate using the quotient rule. So in quotient rule, you see sin x is denominator as it is, and differentiation of x square, numerator, minus sin. Now numerator as it is, then differentiation of denominator, that is sin x, divided by sin square x. Now the differentiation of x square is 2x, differentiation of sin x is cos x. Now x you can take common from this, so it is x cos pi by 4, 2 sin x minus x cos x upon sin square x. That would be the answer. This is also based on the quotient rule. So in quotient rule, what we will do, f dash x will be denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator means x, minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator, that is 1 plus tan x. Now the differentiation of x is 1 and 1 plus tan x. Differentiation of 1 is 0 and tan x is sec square x. So the differentiation of this will be only sec square x. So you will have minus x sec square x, that's all. It is 1 plus tan x minus x sec square x upon 1 plus tan x whole square. Okay, d over dx of 1 plus tan x is actually sec square x. You need not to follow these steps. Okay, it is done by the first principle, so you need not to follow. After this, you will simply write a differentiation of 1 plus tan x. Differentiation of 1 is 0 and tan x is sec square x. So you just replace this by sec square x. That's all. Your question is over. 29, this is, you just see directly chain rule is appearing. So what to do? X plus sec x into x minus tan x. So x plus sec x as it is, derivative of x minus tan x. X minus tan x as it is, derivative of x plus sec x. Now you try to do these questions yourself because nothing is there. Directly you have to apply the formula. Differentiation of x and tan x. In this it is differentiation of x and sec x. We know the formula. Differentiation of x we have done in almost every question. It is 1. Tan x is sec square x. And differentiation of x is 1. Again sec x is sec x tan x. Just replace this by sec square x and this by sec x tan x and simplify it, you will get the answer. You need not to see the further solution. Derivative of this is sec square x and derivative of this is sec x tan x. You just put the values and that would be your answer. So come to the question number 30. This is also based on the chain rule, x upon sin x, sin raised to power nx. So the first we will apply the quotient rule. F dash x is denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator, that is x, minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator, that is sin raised to power nx. That I have just explained. Differentiation of sin raised to power nx will be n into sin raised to power n minus 1 x into cos x. In starting of this class, I explained how I got it. First, you will differentiate this x raised to power n, so that will be n into whatever is this given raised to power n minus 1. Now, in that, in place of x, sin x is given, so you have to also differentiate sin x, so it will be cos x. So we can write d over dx of sin raised to power nx is n into sin raised to power n minus 1 x into cos x. So this differentiation I already explained in question number 19 also. So now differentiation of this x will be 1 and differentiation of sin raised to power nx will be n into sin raised to power n minus 1 into x into cos x. To match the answer, you can take this sin raised to power n minus 1 into x as common. It is there in this as well as in this. When we'll take sin raised to power n minus 1 as common, it will remain only sin x. And this is minus nx cos x. In denominator, sin raised to power 2nx is given. You can take this sin raised to power n minus 1x in denominator. So in denominator, you will have sin raised to power 2nx into sin raised to power 1 minus nx. 1 minus nx. As it will go to the denominator, it will become sin raised to power 1 minus n into x. On simplifying both, you will get it is equal to sin raised to power n plus 1 into x. So in this way, now your this miscellaneous exercise is also over. And now I hope you will be able to solve all the questions properly. In case of any difficulty, the same sentence I will repeat. You can ask me again. Thank you, everyone.